I had kind of forgotten, Phil, that the last time Mac Jones played at home, he played 3 series, was booed off the field, and Bailey Zappi came in for him. What do you think it's going to be like on Sunday for Mac? Like, it's got to be in the back of his head, right?
Yeah,
Weather doesn't help.
I don't know. The weather?
Yeah, the crowd's going to be sauced, Phil.
Oh, it's going to be warm. Yes.
It's
supposed
really
to be a beautiful
warm.
day.
I was like,
it's
wait,
gonna be
warm and sunny.
It's going to be like
that.
a 8 a.m. tailgate on Sunday for most.
Right, because people aren't going to be.
Bright and early.
Yes, because people aren't. It's not going to be freezing, so they're going to be out there.
yeah.
They're going to be juiced
Gonna be a
and
good one.
happy.
Yeah.
Ooh, boy.
T-shirts, cargo shorts, the whole deal.
So I wouldn't put it past Patriots fans, though, at this point, because don't you think a significant percentage of them are in Bill We Trust people? And because they sense maybe something going on with Bailey Zappi, they start cheering for Bailey Zappi. Well, now it feels like it's back to being Mac's job, right? Do you get any sort of inclination that maybe the fans may be feeling bad for what happened on Monday night? Some of them also looking at, okay, Bill's made his choice now. If he's Bill's guy, he's our guy. And then he gets a very warm reception on Sunday. I could see that happening. I honestly don't know where it's going to go.
I think yes, maybe to start, Beetle, but man, oh man, if he looks shaky and has a couple of turnovers, whoo,
that's a different story.
Boy.
Okay, but I don't think that there's any chance of it happening. I don't think they're going to sit Mac Jones down.
No,
I didn't think they were going to sit Mac Jones down in New York, even if that pick six had held last week. So I don't think it's going to happen. Maybe they start chanting for it. Maybe they don't. But I feel like fans can turn on a dime, man. So if Mac is bad, I could see it playing out the same way it did against the Bears.
We did take this question to the people. We had an NBC Sports Boston.com Twitter poll.
These are always good.
If Mac Jones struggles early in Sunday's game and the Zappi chants start again, what will be your reaction? Overwhelming support, guys, from, I'm assuming, a sober group on an early Friday before 5 o'clock. Lay off Mac already, 56.8% of the votes, 24%. So like almost 80% of the people saying, I don't want Zappi. Let's lay off Mac. It'll be fine. I do wonder,
Which is a staggering difference, by the way. We've done a bunch of these polls, very different from that week.
Yes,
leading
very
up to
different.
that game. So that's what I'm saying. I think because fans see that Bill's made a choice, now their choice is made for them because they have a hard time thinking for themselves.
Vaccination rate is high. The Zappi fever has subsided. And so more people are now back on the Mac train.
Okay.
Vaccination rate. Well, on Zappi versus Mac, our very own Tom E. Kern writes.
Like that.
Fans, I loved it, actually. Fans were intoxicated, they'll be intoxicated Sunday, by Zappi's 2-game stint as a chauffeur, and Bill Belichick appeared to be agreeing with them by giving Jones the hook after a heinous interception. Belichick's been trying to put the toothpaste back in the tube but the damage was done. He fed the perception that Mac's on a leash, and he shouldn't be. Jones needs to be given all the rope he needs to either zip line through this rocky period or rappel out of the team's future. Bertrand, what do you think they'll do with Mac Jones offensively on Sunday? Because I do sort of wonder, right? Like that second half, even though there was only 1 touchdown against the Jets, no turnovers by Mac Jones. He managed the offense, and it felt like they were slowly working in some new things. It feels like maybe a step forward kind of a week, maybe?
Well, I want to steal a point from Phil Perry. Can I do that?
Go ahead.
Phil Perry
he's on your show
today. We were talking earlier today, and the usage of RPOs, which Mac Jones talked about this week, has increased. And I think as part of getting Mac on track, it's going to be letting Mac do some things that he likes. And that's definitely a part of that. And that's probably going to continue this week. So I could see that being, sort of that coming together thing that everybody can rally around to get on the same page with. And that way, everything is going in the right direction.
That's sort of a kumbaya scheme, if you will, by incorporating that which Mac Jones is comfortable with. I think it's a good idea, not only because it makes him comfortable, but I think it should help this offensive line because the offensive line is dealing with injuries, and this is a very good front that the Colts will throw at them. So they have to get something going here. Trenni, they're still searching for an identity. We're halfway through the season here. We don't know what the Patriots offense does well. Maybe it eventually ends up being partly, at least, RPOs.
The one thing I know that the Colts are decimated by injury right now, and they're just sort of in flux, right? Like Matt Ryan isn't the quarterback anymore. They fired their offensive coordinator. But they do have a pretty good defense, and now I forget where I was going.
No, they're doing the classy tank.
It's Friday.
I totally forgot.
They're doing a classy.
Oh, but it feels like it could be like the Bears. It feels like with David Andrews, trap game with David Andrews and Marcus Cannon out, and knowing how Mac gets a little skittish in the pocket, I feel like with that good defense, like, oh man, it could go south again, or it could be close, a little too close for comfort.
With 2 backup offensive linemen in, you're going to have James Ferentz probably at center again, and then maybe Isaiah Wynn back at right tackle against, again, a very good front. That's the strength of their defense. It could get ugly. Again, he's not going to have a lot of time. Mac Jones back behind center, Beetle. He's going to have to be able to get the ball out quickly. They're not going to be able to probably run it all that well. It's one of the best run defenses in football that Indy has. So they're going to have to find something. Joe Judge, Matt Patricia, Bill Belichick, they're going to have to scheme something up to work that quick passing game that they can actually score some points.
Also feel like this is one of those games where field position could really come into play. As you mentioned, some of these things, special teams could play a big factor in this one.